Yes, welcome to Sunday. It is the 21st of January 2018. Hope you're having a great day. It's Sunday. It's meant to be a lazy Sunday, so hopefully you're chilling back and relaxing. And I thought, yeah, not really much stories to go over the weekend, but it seems like obviously we can't go a day without something occurring or someone having an opinion or some kind of like deep conspiracy, but at the same time some BS that we've got to cover in Marvel Contest of Champions news, especially when we're talking about the core unit kind of cheaper purchase of unit discounts. That's going to be covered, as well as a few other kind of micro stories that are really important at the moment. So let's dive into the news stories of today. So the first story, and you've got to be living under a rock not to know that we've had 6 stars come into the game in some sort of shape and fashion. Yes, we've got the boss rush. Yes, we've got the uncollected, but are you aware of this kind of weird account kind of appearing? And shout out to Crazy for sending this link to me. I think it was the first one to send a link, but there's been a forum post. But let's kind of dive into what has actually been seen by the player base. So Kabam test account appeared really oddly in like, I think it was like a top teams kind of section of the leaderboard, which is kind of odd. Like I thought all this stuff was meant to be done on like separate server stuff without being kind of migrated over, but obviously this may be the point that it does get migrated because obviously we have 6 stars in the game. We see the images and the kind of champions that are Yondu, Angela being the lead one, Storm and Winter Soldier, which is giving people these kind of like hopes that maybe these will be in the first pool of champions that are released when the 6-star crystal goes live, whenever that is, because we still haven't got a proper definite answer of when this is coming to the game. You know, sod's law, as soon as I release this video there'll probably be an announcement, so therefore I have to do breaking news and whatever. We don't have it yet, the announcement of when it's going to be. I think a lot of people are really hoping that it's going to be fairly shortly, so we can all get those 6 stars for those that have completed uncollected, and as well, you know, people that have got a lot of 6-star shards. At the point of recording this video, it's still a case that the account is still live, and we can see that the health pool for this, which looks to be, well, it is a rank 2 of 5 ranks, and as well, this reaches level 35. The other thing, it is a 200, level 200. We don't know if that's going to be pushed any further than that, but at the moment, it does that is it, similar to the 5-star. And the other thing, obviously, great amount of health. We're looking at 28,000 health. So that's huge in any case, with an attack of 2,832. I can't wait for 6 stars, really, because you can really get them into Realm of Legends. And before anyone goes like, what the hell are you talking about? Well, the fact is, you can do, like, the more damage you're doing, theoretically means you can complete it faster. You complete it faster. Probably the best, like, point is to kind of grind out loads of those health potions. Obviously they're not going to be great, but still it's going to be a viable option in order to kind of do it without being too taxing for you as a player for the grind. And of those champions, Angela is a decent enough champion to be one of the ones that I would really hope will be in that 6-star pull, as well as Yondu and as well as Storm. I'll take it or leave Winter Soldier. Has just been in the game for a long ass time, so yeah, those first 3 ones were going to be really darn good. And it looks like this test account as well has 7 heroes in total. So obviously the 4 that we can see, what were the other 3? That would be, you know, quite exciting to find out. One other bit of information, it looks like there's only been 40 quest fights won, and then only 3 quests completed. So it doesn't look like it's been a fairly active account. Whatever they're testing, it's going to be quite interesting to see what they're up to in the game. Next story up is this kind of Void and Sentry crystals issue. If you watched MCC news yesterday, you know in the comment section I pinned in the link to this. This kind of broke as I just finished making MCC news, so I couldn't really kind of get at it, but I thought I'd just put the link in there. And also now that we got today's MCC news, we can actually talk about it, and it's with regards to the Void and Sentry issue. So if you did it's quite funny in any case, because obviously Sentry is linked to Void, in the case obviously this transformation type of thing, all kind of like the Void's power within, and as a result, Sentry's crystals, the featured crystals, were replicated, so therefore when they came live, same thing with the great gifting crystals of December. It meant that you were getting which meant you got last year's kind of gifting crystals. Same principle now, in that you've got Sentry and Void crystals. Sentry was first, and you couldn't get the Void crystals, so therefore you couldn't theoretically get Void. Basically, anybody that got a Sentry from the Void crystals, the 5-star featured, they've kind of said that you're going to be getting Void theoretically for free, and you get to keep Sentry, which is a nice little gesture, and also kind of this like odd it's incredibly odd. It's not exactly brilliant. It's not obviously working as intended, but at the same time, it's good for those people. They're going to get it. I've seen some great polls when it comes to that, so it is nice to see that. And Void seems to be a really decent character. I couldn't get out my review in time because I did have him for a while, but I didn't get a chance to do a review on him, which is disappointing. But at the same time, what I'm facing off against in Uncollected, as well as Master, as well as, well, at least to do Heroic, but that's easy as anything, you are seeing a real decent character, one that I think a lot of players in the game kind of like go like, okay, this is going to be great for Defender, this is going to be great against people who are attacking in Alliance Wars, like defense if they have suicides against them, and at the same time maybe just an all-round like decent and truly original character. But it is disappointing to see that obviously Sentry wasn't delivered to us as a player base as being completely exciting, but I've seen little pockets of interest with regards to Sentry. So those that are getting Void and Sentry, well done. You're going to really mop up when it comes to this little, well, mistake type thing with the 5-star featured crystals. Our next story is all about Blade, and we did talk about this before in MCC news, in that somebody put a thing about Blade being nerfed and he should be nerfed. My own kind of thought process is I don't think he should be nerfed at all. There's a lot of different champions that have different usage in different ways. The way the synergies nowadays are kind of utilized, they're a lot more, I say, a lot more punchier than normal, and do change a lot of champions with regards to improvement side of things. Blade's ability to use Danger Sense with regards to his synergies make him fantastic. The way that he has regeneration at a point of 70% or lower is fantastic. His crits and his bleeds are fantastic. But at the same time, there's other champions that are in that line being fantastic. You could say the same with Iceman, with Archangel, with Mephisto, and the list goes on with certain champions. But that's like saying that, well, you know, should all champions theoretically be nerfed if you're finding one thing is like, oh yeah, well, they're managing to really kind of take down Magic when it comes to being Alliance Wars boss. Yes, but that's a good point. But then the other upside to that, or the other point to that, is people then moan so much about Magic just being an OP boss. And I think that is the problem. What are we theoretically moaning about? What do we want done about it? And are we going to be worried all the time that every champion that we hold to be so dear is going to be nerfed? And I hope, obviously, that he doesn't get nerfed. But at the same time, like we said, any champion could be nerfed at some point down the line. I just don't see a big enough case to nerf Blade. And before you kind of like wonder, like, are you being a bit precious about that? And yes, okay, everybody seems to have Blade when it comes to top champions. Well, that's the thing. Everyone had Magics for a time. Everyone will go through certain points of seeing certain champions that are being tipped as being the best and hottest thing. Next year we'll be talking about a whole different champion that's going to be the OP champion. It will just like happen that something will have a higher PI level and will be in there more kind of like bad. People will get bored of Blade and then kind of go like, okay, I want to use a different champion. And at the same time, Marvel Contest Champions or Kabam will develop a champion in a kind of a boss mode or an event mode that is going to be useless to use Blade against. It just seems to be like a natural cycle. New champion comes in, being tipped to being too OP, use it too much with regards to either attacking the event boss or the kind of a wars boss and kind of beating that and beating certain nodes. Kabam puts something new in place, that's a new champion that is too OP, well, theoretically too OP, and then we're back to square one again. It will just be this vicious circle. The same way we kind of like said with regards to Scarlet Witch, you know, Gwenpool, and yes, there is that worry that there will be micro changes to the champion. However, though, I think they could have made Blade 2 more OP if they said that it was past 70% with regards to health and his armor rating was a lot higher. Then we'd probably be looking at a champion that was ridiculously OP, and I doubt that he will be one of the first ones to go into the 6-star pool when it comes to the crystal. Our next story is all about AI recovery times. This is something that I found an issue today, Sunday, like early Sunday. I found that the way the AI was responding and it was kind of like interacting was very erratic, not like the normal AI plays out, something that you can actually kind of like guess the way that they're going to be kind of like focusing. Are they going to be doing a special attack when you dash forward, or kind of like your weak points then doing certain things and you're kind of then baiting a lot more. I was finding that enemy characters were not baiting when I was going against them, and as well people were experiencing the same issues with regards to heavy attack. I think this kind of situation has sorted itself out round about about 5 p.m. GMT time at the point of recording this video. But the next thing is that a lot of people are experiencing different issues with that, and Caban Wolf has said that he is looking into some issues with this that people have noted. So hopefully there's a fix fairly shortly. And our final story is all about this kind of top alliance, core. I don't know which other alliances are involved with this with regards to discount unit purchases. You can see that these guys have not logged in the last like 24 hours. I haven't checked to see like what with regards to like the bans, like have they been banned? There's a lot of kind of like speculation going around and rumors. So obviously it would be kind of good to get some kind of clarification if that's the case. There's no kind of great source on this one. So yeah, there's a lot of people saying that members of core top alliances were banned for the purchase of discount units through discount websites because they're out there. I don't know if this is in conjunction with a lot of stuff that we see in the global chat. And Kabam, if you're watching, and also I will be messaging you saying, could you eliminate or kind of do something with regards to those messages in global chat that are a pain in the ass that constantly come up about discount units or kind of units, like sign up for this and you'll get units. I do not think that they should be in there and does need some monitoring. So maybe that's something that they can look into to sort out because yeah, this could be something connected in some sort of way, but it is very frustrating. Seaton has already addressed this in a very kind of like lightly comical way, and also given like decent and kind of like excellent instruction on like you just don't do this. It's like, do this and expect to be banned, and that's what has theoretically happened if these rumors and speculation are true. And to give you an idea, I've been searching around the internet and have found this particular website that I think is offering the same things, which well, you shouldn't be going on. Obviously, do this or find any website like this and you will be banned. I will not be showing the website of this, and obviously there are huge discounts when it comes to unit purchases. I don't know how they do that. Do they do this from fake accounts and transfer them through? I don't know if they take your personal account details and then do something, but I do not know. I don't like the idea of it personally, and I think that it could be quite damaging to anybody that does purchase it. Either way, don't do it, and hopefully these rumors aren't true and it's just maybe they're taking a break, but there is a lot of speculation that it is indeed true. So that's been MCOC news, and obviously if you're looking on the video, I have changed some things around, so it's like, it doesn't say Marvel Champions News anymore, it just says MCN, and the reason it says MCN is because YouTube keep demonetizing any Marvel Contested Champions news, and I think it's because it's got news in the title, so that's really the reason why. But that hopefully is the case, it's not demonetized going further forward. But anyway, thanks very much for watching MCC News, and yes, go to the links in the description if you want to be part of the forum posts that we discuss and all the other information. And at the same time, yeah, I shall see you next week. Hopefully do some live streams. I'm trying to sort out some sound issues with regards to the game and Elgato working with OBS Studios, so hopefully I'll rectify that and see you in a live stream next week. Thanks very much, and I'll catch you on the flip side. Bye bye for now.